Good morning. For today's practice, um, you'll want a pillow and potentially blocks. And if you don't have any blocks, don't worry, then having one or maybe two pillows or a yoga bolster is perfect. And once you have your props, we'll start seated. And I apologize in advance if I have a few sniffles or cough. I seem to have a bit of a tickle right now, so bear with me. So just finding a nice, comfortable seat. And you don't have to sit as I do. You can sit however is comfortable. So if sitting on a couch or on a chair is better for your body to start, we'll be here for a couple minutes. So you're welcome to go ahead and find a different place to sit, or you might sit with your bum on your heels, or you might have your back against the wall, legs extended out in front of you. So whatever feels best for your body, and if you prefer to lay on your back to start, this breathing practice might feel a little bit strange, but you're also welcome to do this on your back. So if you are seated with me, just allowing the eyes to close or maybe finding a soft gaze. And then as you inhale, take the shoulders up to the ears, shrug them up. And exhale, circle them back and down. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, back and down. And sitting nice and tall, take a moment, lower your chin to your chest, starting with a neck circle to the right or a head circle to the right. And lean your head back. Allow your left ear to fall towards your left shoulder and then slowly lowering chin to chest. And then going the other way, so circling your head to the left and then back over to the right and chin to chest. And then slowly roll your head up, shrug your shoulders up one more time, lifting the chin so the gaze would be straight ahead if eyes are open. And then imagine you're sliding the back of your head up a wall behind you so you feel the back of the neck lengthen. Spine is nice and long, rooting down as the top of the head is gently rising up. Allowing all tension, gripping, effort in the body to begin to soften. Feeling the strength of the spine supporting you as the rest of your body rests in the shape. Relaxing across the eyebrows, around the eyes. Noticing how that refers down the face, around the jaw, the mouth, the neck. Feeling the shoulders soften from the ears. Feeling the chest soften, low belly soften. Breath is deepening with each exhale. Feeling the breath expanding in the low belly, sideways, low back. Feeling the body hug in and feeling a sense of relief as you exhale. You might stay breathing as you are here. Or you might join me and bring your hands to your low belly, low abdomen, the lower abdominal zone of our diaphragm, where the vagus nerve that houses most of our parasympathetic rest digest nervous system, where the end of that nerve is located. So breathing deeper into the low belly helps to communicate that we are safe and can relax. Just noticing what it feels like to breathe into this part of the body. Steady inhale, steady exhales, no forcing. Simply noticing how your breath naturally flows, if it naturally reaches this part of the body. Now gradually slide your hands up to the middle of the torso. This is the thoracic zone of our diaphragm, and you might have one hand in front and one hand behind. So you can really feel the torso expand with each breath as you breathe into this part of the diaphragm. You might move your hands to cup the sides of the ribs and just notice how it feels sending breath to the right and left side of the ribs of the torso. Noticing how as the lungs inflate, the ribs flare out in response, and as the lungs deflate, the ribs hug in. Remembering how everything is connected. Noticing the fluidity of the breath, the cycle of each breath as well. And then coming into the upper chest, you might rest hands on heart, just noticing what it feels like to send breath into the upper chest, into the upper back. You might even bring a hand to the upper back if it reaches there and sense the back of the lungs filling where there's more space for breath to flow. And then bringing hands back to the upper chest if they are placed there. And if not, you might imagine they're there. Or you might prefer maybe hands in prayer, thumbs at the sternum, at the breastbone. We'll explore 5 sounds of Om together. And Om is associated with cycles. It is said to mean the beginning, middle, and end of all things. It's said to include the vibration and sound, every sound of the entire universe. And it's also a really beautiful way to balance the mind, body, spirit, and access the deeper wisdom that lives in the heart. And today's practice is tied to heart wisdom and remembering that everything ebbs and flows, that life is duality. Life is the good, the joyful, the spacious, the loving. It also is the pain, the darkness, the heaviness. One cannot exist without the other. And it's human to notice and to process it all. And with that, we bring ourselves compassion and kindness as we move through the ebbs and flows of life. And with that, we also offer ourselves acceptance for our humanness and forgiveness in the moments where we maybe get pulled a little bit further away from the heart space, further away from our center. Noticing how the breath can be an anchor and can help to gently guide us back to truth, back to the moment, back home to the heart space, the seat of our soul. So joining for a deep breath in together, sighing out the mouth, and then 5 rounds of Om together. And I might cut in and out because of the earbuds. They don't always catch all the sound. So please continue chanting with me, even if my mic does cut out. Okay, taking a deep breath together. Let it go. Inhale to Om 5 times. Ah. One more. Take a moment, rub your palms together. And take a deep breath in. And then cup the palms over your eyes lightly if this is okay for you. And if not, place them back on the heart. You might press them over your eyes to reduce eye strain. Taking a moment, also feeling the fingertips resting against the forehead, maybe calming any busy thoughts of the mind. Sending love and gratitude to your beautiful brain, your intelligent brain that is always keeping you safe and alive. And then reaching or releasing your hands rather back down to your lap and open your eyes. And if sitting like this, if you've been sitting for a while and your legs are uncomfortable, you might switch the cross or shake them out for a second. And then coming back to your seated shape, your left hand off the side, you reach the right arm up and over to the left, keeping the right hip heavy. Press into the left hand, reach with the right, inhale into the right armpit, right side waist, right hip. Exhale. And come back to center. Rest the right hand on the ground, reach the left arm up and over. Press into the right hand, lead with the left. Big stretch, inhale. Exhale. Left hip is heavy, left shoulder is drawing back. Inhale here. Exhale here. And come back up to center. Place the left hand, reach the right arm up and over. Inhale and exhale. And this time you might stay right here. Or as you inhale, you might draw the right elbow back, right shoulder back, gaze towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, round the back, start to gaze towards the left knee, towards the ground. Inhale, open the right elbow, right shoulder, gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the back, gaze down. One more time, inhale, open the right shoulder. Exhale, round the back, gaze down. Press into the left hand, draw the right hip back, reach with the right fingers. Inhale into the right side waist. Exhale here. Begin to lift the gaze. Come back to center, lower the right arm down. Plant the right hand, reach the left arm up, inhale, and exhale, lean to the right. Draw the left shoulder back, left hip, left armpit. You might stay right here. You might begin to look at the ceiling, open the chest even more, inhale. And as you exhale, round the back, gaze towards the right knee, gaze down. Inhale, open the right left shoulder, gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, round the back, gaze down. Inhale, open the right, I'm backwards. Open the left shoulder, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, round the back, gaze to the right knee. One more time, inhale, open the left shoulder, gaze up. Exhale, round the back, gaze towards the right knee. Press into the right hand, draw the left hip back, reach with the left finger. And then begin to lift the gaze, open the shoulders, and come back to center. If you're on a pillow, you'll slide off the pillow now and move it behind you. And you might cross the leg. So if the left leg was in front, leave it in front. And just take a moment, walk your hands forward, send your hips back, breathing into the hips. You might walk your hands towards the right and draw the left hip back a little more again. Just noticing how this feels. And then come back to center. Walk yourself upright, switch your cross. And take a moment and then fold forward over the legs, just giving your hips a little release, low back a release. Your hands to the left, draw the right hip back, reach with the right hand. Come back to center. Walk yourself all the way up. And now reach your left leg out, right foot at your center line. And you might want your pillow or you might want a block here, bringing it your in front of your legs. And then coming forward to fold. So my left leg isn't super far out to the left, and you might even want two blocks stacked on one another. You might want them even higher. You might want to stack your pillows. Either way, you want your right hip heavy and your left hip heavy. You feel your navel gently hugging into the side as you send breath into your left hamstrings and into your right hip low back. Steady inhale, steady exhale. One more breath here. Noticing where your breath can reach that it maybe hasn't reached yet. Walking yourself upright. And you might rest your left hand on your left shin and simply reach the right arm up to the sky as you draw the right shoulder back, right hip back. You might prefer to bring your blocks to the inner line of the left knee, rest your head on your hand, and then place the right hand on the right thigh as you lean back and breathe into the right side weight. Or for a more restorative version, if you have a bolster and if you have your pillow or blocks rather, you might bring a bolster to your thigh and a block on top of the bolster, and you might fold forward, resting your head on the block on the bolster, breathing into your right hip low back. We'll take 5 breaths here, so you've got some options with whatever you're feeling right now. All are perfect. And you control the depth of how far you're going in the shape. So not forcing if your body is feeling tender today or if you're just waking up. Really sending breath and love into the right side wave. Using the breath to soften gripping and tightness. Enjoying one more breath here. And exhale. Slowly unravel yourself from whatever variation you've chosen and come back upright. And as you'd like, extend your right leg out the side. You bring your left foot to your midline. So whatever you did on the first side, doing here. And again, your legs don't have to be super far in the splits. You can have your leg a little closer. And just allow yourself to be supported with whatever shape you choose so that your body can soften into the shape, and you can send breath into your low back and your inner thigh, your left hip. You might allow your eyes to close. Steady inhales and exhales here. Coming back to this offering of duality, noticing where parts of your body perhaps feel more easeful and breath flows with more ease, and noticing areas that might feel a little bit tender or sticky and breath maybe is a little more constricted there. And not from a place of judgment, just simply becoming more aware, present, curious to the landscape of your body, wherever you're at, however you're feeling right now. Noticing how holding different postures and connecting with breath can help shift the experience and offer more ease or lightness within the body and mind. Slowly coming upright. And now, whatever variation you did on the other side, doing on this side. So again, you might simply place the right hand on the right shin, sweep the left arm up and over to the right, keep left hip heavy and breathe. You might prefer blocks inside the right knee. Best elbow on block, head on hand, left hand comes to left thigh, gently guide it open as you lean back a little bit. That really gets into the right side root. Or you might prefer a more restorative variation. So you might then have your right leg a little bit more towards the center line. If you have a bolster, placing it on the thigh, and then maybe placing a block on the bolster, folding forward so that your head is supported by the block, breathing into the left side waist this way. So whatever you're choosing, taking about 5 breaths. Heavy inhales and exhales. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders. Two more breaths here. Inhaling space and lightness into the left hip low back. Exhale, softening, letting go. And slowly unravel this side, walk yourself back up. Moving any props off your mat, and you might bring your hands behind you and just loosely windshield wiper your legs to the left and to the right, moving through a little bit of internal rotation. Noticing how that feels, and allow the legs to lower to the right. Walk your hands to the left, pointing your fingers towards your bum. Maybe start to straighten the elbows, allow the legs to lower, feel the navel draw in so you're protecting your low back. You might feel the elbows draw back a little bit, press into the hands, lift the chin, lift the chest, opening the throat. And come back through center, walk your hands back through center. Allow your legs to lower to the left, walk your hands to the right, elbows drop And maybe press into hands, lift chin, lift chest, open the throat. How often do you silence your ideas or your truth out of fear of judgment, out of fear of not being accepted, out of fear of rejection? Those are all aspects of duality, right? What happens when we unravel in your shape? And this loosely windshield again. What happens when we flip that narrative to maybe people want to hear our truth? Maybe they're waiting for us to share our truth. Maybe they're ready and seeking greater guidance and a deeper connection with themselves. And by us speaking our truth, we inspire that in others, right? So making your way towards tabletop now. And you might have blocks at the top of the mat. You might use them momentarily. So if you like blocks for practice or any sort of prop that brings the ground to you, feel free to grab it. And we'll just do a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, lengthen the spine, offer the heart, feel the hands draw back as they press into the ground, stretching the front of the chest with the chin. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, press the ground away, widen the shoulder blades, gaze down. Inhale like a wave, lengthen the spine with the heart. Exhale, round the back. So again, this is duality of like opening and closing. Inhaling spaciousness, exhale, letting go, emptying out. Inhaling lightness, love, peace. Exhaling fear, darkness, pain, sorrow. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And come back to neutral. Bring your toes together, knees wide, and find your bum back to heels for child's pose. Gently resting the forehead on the mat. Sending breath into the low back, into the hips, into the mid back, upper back. As you exhale, feel the hips sinking back. Maybe press your hands into the mat. You might come up to your finger pads, stretching the sides of the arms and the armpits. Again, big breath filling the whole torso. Exhale, feeling the body soften and relax into gravity. One more time here, inhale. And exhale. And come back to tabletop. Checking knees are under shoulders, hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. I apologize, I have a little bit of a cold, and so I'm sorry for saying some of the wrong things. And so from tabletop, step the right foot forward. And as you inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, coming into your low lunge. Hook your thumbs, reach your hands up higher, inhale. And as you exhale, maybe bend a little deeper into the right knee. Reach your hands up and then start to draw your hands back. So your thumbs are hooked. And then we're drawing the elbows back, the thumbs back, and maybe drawing right hip back, left hip forward as we lunge a little deeper into the right knee. Take one more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Bringing both hands down beside you, framing your right foot with your hands, bend into the right knee. And this is where you might want blocks. You don't have to have that in choice. Just checking that your right knee is tracking over your toes. Press into your hands, lift your heart. And as you exhale, shift your hips back in your mouth. Good morning, hamstrings. And into the right knee. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, shift the hips back. So just flossing out our hamstrings, bringing some movement. And you can always pat under the back knee if you need. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hug belly to spine, round the back, straighten the right leg in your mouth. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And you might actually step your left foot behind you to the right and walk your hands towards the left. So opening up your stance a little bit, getting more into the right inner thigh. One more time. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And then walk your hands back towards center. Step your left foot back behind you. Walk your hands towards the left, towards the right rather, and draw your hips, swing your hips towards the left as your right baby toe rolls towards the right, really drawing right hip back, left hip forward, and then say hi to your right T-band on your right side, so outer line of that right leg. Inhale here, and exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. And come back to center. And then back into the right knee. Move your blocks off to the side. Take an inhale here. Look ahead. As you exhale, step back tabletop. And you have an option to sit back into child's pose. You might prefer to walk your hands forward, keep your hips high, come through heart pose. Breathing into shoulders, upper back. This is a nice alternative to down dog if you have sensitive wrists and aren't wanting that shape. Or you might want more of a gentle twist, and you might, from tabletop, reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, you might thread the right hand to the left, coming down to your right ear, tent your left hand beside your face, and then tap your hips to the right. Breathing into the right shoulder blade, upper back. So you've got options again, and we'll find 3 deep breaths here. And you can also come down to child's pose with this twisted upper body shape as well. If you are in a threaded shoulder, unravel the arms, maybe make your way through child's pose. Find one big deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And come back to tabletop. Find one cat and cow. Inhale, lengthen the spine, offer the heart. Exhale, round the back, press the ground away, gaze down. Come back to neutral. And now step the left foot forward between your hands, coming into low lunge. You can always pad your back knee. And as you inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky, draw left hip back, right hip forward. Hook your thumbs again, but hook them the other way. It'll feel probably a bit weird. Reach your hands up as you inhale. And as you exhale, start to lunge a little bit into the left knee if you have the space. You don't have to. Draw left hip back, right hip forward. Reach your hands up, inhale. Exhale, draw your hands back. Draw your shoulders, elbows back. Imagine someone was lifting from the bottom of the shoulder blades up. Feeling this gentle curve of the upper back as your hips are stable. So left hip draws back, right hip forward. Legs are scissoring together. Pelvis is anchoring down as you're reaching up and maybe gently tilting back. Maybe tipping the chin up again. One more breath here. Inhale. And coming back upright. And as you exhale, relaxing arms beside you. Then we'll bend into our left knee, and you might find some blocks here under your hands, or if you use books or firm pillows, those work too. As you inhale, bend into the left knee, lift the heart. And as you exhale, shift your hips back, straighten the left leg. Flex through your left toe. Bend into the left knee again. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, straighten the left leg and the knee. Two more times. Again, waking up our hamstrings on this side. Just noticing how it feels. Yeah. And yeah. And draw left hip back, right hip forward. Take a moment here, breathing into the hamstring. And you might stay as you are, or you might walk your hands inside the left foot, walk them over to the right, pivot your right toes to the left. And then walk your hands off the right a little bit, so you're getting more into the inner thighs of that right left hamstring. Inhale here, exhale here. And walk your hands back onto the mat and hug your right foot so it's back behind you. Walk the left hand to frame the left leg, and now draw left hip back, right hip forward to the point that your hips sway towards the right and your left baby toe rolls towards the left. And then walk your hands to frame the left foot. Keep drawing left foot back and say hi to your left as you bend, and take a couple breaths here, softening the shoulders and the jaw, coming back to this truth of duality, noticing how through finding your breath and steadiness within discomfort, it welcomes the space to more ease. It opens that space to more ease. It lets in more light. And that really is that bigger reminder that when we face our fears, when we face our own shadow, our own darkness, we're able to transmute that into love, joy, peace that is really beneath it and always at our center. And come back to center. Then back into the left knee. Find an inhale here. One more time. Lift the chest, lift the chin. And as you exhale, step back to tabletop. Move your blocks out to the side. I'm just going to turn around for a moment, stay as you are. So lots of options. Again, option one is straight to child's pose, hips back, toes together, knees wide. Option two, you might have your knees under hips. Walk your hands further forward, lower your chin, your forehead to the mat. Breathing into your upper back, shoulders coming into heart pose. Option three, you might come back to tabletop, lift the left hand up, inhale, and exhale, thread it over to the to the right and come down to the left shoulder, top of your hips to the left. Taking a couple of breaths here, breathing into the left shoulder blade, back into the heart, back up the lungs. And you might turn this into a twist with a child's pose, lowering your bum to your heels as you continue to extend your left arm towards the right ear and shoulder, breathing into the left side of the body. Again, relaxing through the face, remembering in this moment it is safe for you to soften. Feeling the steadiness of breath cycling through. And unravel. If you're in a twist or if you're in heart pose, we'll all meet in child's pose just for 2 deep breaths. One more deep breath, feeling it expand from low back, mid back into the upper back. As you exhale, feeling the torso empty, the whole body settling, heavy, supported, held. Maybe gently rocking the forehead side to side, massaging the brow line on the mat. And come back to center and bring yourself back to tabletop. And we'll make our way over to our bum and over to our back. So you'll want to have a pillow or a block nearby. Lowering onto your back. Take a moment, think of yourself, hug, drawing your knees into your chest, maybe rocking side to side, pressing your low back into the mat. Drawing some nice big circles. And then going the other way, nice big circles. Give yourself one more hug. Put your feet on the mat. Press into the feet, lift your hips and slide your bolster, your pillow, or your block under your sacrum. So under the triangle bone, right at the bottom of the low back, top of your bum. Feeling your body, your leg settle into the thigh bone, settle into the hip socket. And feeling the hips supported by the bolster. And you might relax your arms overhead as if you're holding a beach ball. Feeling backs of forearms, backs of hands supported. Your knees are tracking over your toes. You might stay here for a few breaths with feet on the mat, or you might, if there's no sensitivity in the low back, no tension in the low back, then you might extend both legs long. And we'll take 5 deep breaths here. Inhaling, feeling the breath expand the front of the body. Exhale, feeling the body soften and settle. Two more deep, nourishing breaths here. And safe to soften and safe to relax into gravity right now. Your legs are extended. Step your feet carefully back onto the mat, bending the knees. If your arms are above head, bring them down beside you and press into the feet. Lift the hips, slide your pillow, bolster, or whatever prop is beside you off to the side. And just take a moment, knees knock in. Maybe hand on heart and belly. Notice the space created in the low back. And I'll just end with a reclined twist. So walking your feet together. Lift your hips to the right a tiny bit, lower them down. Draw your knees to your chest and then lower your legs off to the left, stacking right leg on left. You might place a pillow or block between your knees and then rest your left hand on the right thigh. Either reach the right arm out beside you, lift your head and gaze towards that right hand, or you might reach that right arm up, like beside your right ear, getting a little bit more of a side stretch at the same time as into the right hip, low back. Taking 4 steady breaths here. One more breath into the right hip, low back, right side of the chest. So maybe side out. Gently release this side, step the feet back on the mat, lower back onto your back. Carefully bring your head back to center. And just making sure you have space on the right side of the mat. Lift the hips, tap your hips down to the left side of the back. Draw your knees into the chest, lower your legs towards the right, stack left leg on right, rest right hand on left thigh. Maybe left arm is out beside you like a T. You might bend the elbow so it's like a cactus. You might lift your gaze and lower your head towards the left ear is on the mat. You might start to slide the right hand towards the top of the mat. So your right arm is closer to your right ear, getting a little more of a side stretch. Taking 4 steady, relaxing breaths into the left hip low back. Feeling your whole body surrender into the shape, into gravity, relaxing any lingering force with the two next two exhales. Gently unravel this side, lower back onto your back. Bring your gaze back towards the ceiling, towards center. And now maybe give yourself one more hug. You might rock side to side. You might find a modified happy baby hugging back to thigh as your knees bend towards your armpits, or you might reach the inner line of the right leg, hold the outer edges of each foot. Draw the knees down towards the armpits. Draw your low back down so it's not rounding up, it's pressing down. Spine is long. Breathing into your hips and hamstrings one more time. Big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. And release the legs down. You might have legs extended long and arms resting out beside you. You might prefer to have feet on the mat, knees knocking in, hands on heart and the belly. You might prefer a different variation, whatever you're choosing, allowing your body to fully surrender and relax, enjoying a few moments in stillness and silence in Savasana together. Softening the face, the eyes, the jaw, the neck, your chest, your shoulder blades, arms, wrists, hands, fingers. Feeling the back line of the torso heavy against the mat, your bum heavy, legs, ankles, feet, toes, relax. Breath flowing in this natural rhythm, inhaling life force, energy, lightness, love, peace, joy. Exhaling fear, judgment, shame, pain, suffering, darkness, heaviness. Please wiggle your fingers and your toes. Feeling the breath begin to deepen, bringing your awareness back into the body if you've wandered off. Maybe reaching your arms overhead and finding a big, big stretch. Inhale. And exhale, let it all go. Step your feet on the mat. And the knees roll to your side. Pause for a moment, resting on your bicep like a pillow. And then press yourself up towards a seated shape. And just taking a moment here, bringing your hand to your upper chest. Gently bowing your chin to your chest. Take a moment thanking yourself for the practice today. Acknowledging your beautiful body, your breath, your heart, your mind, and all the ways they support you in every moment. Placing a hand on the earth, acknowledging this beautiful, beautiful land that we're on, this planet that sustains and connects all of us and deeply needs our love and our care right now. And an acknowledgement of everyone in our community, to the people who see us, love us, support us, inspire and empower us to be the truest version of ourselves. Remembering that being human is holding space for the light and the dark. And the more we hold space for both and witness both and give ourselves permission to be present through both, the greater our depth of love, our experience of joy, and our impact with connection and peace in the world. Bringing hands to heart, if that serves you, we'll end with one sound of Om. Joining in if you'd like. Inhale together, exhale to Om. Om. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. And my name is Edie. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My email is linked below here. I have many online programs to support you if you're navigating grief or feeling a lot of stress, anxiety, burnout, caregiver fatigue. I have various programs to support through both of those areas. And I also have programs to support with processing our bigger, heavier emotions and helping us be with them so that we access the peace and the love that is beneath them. And then I also offer live programming in person and on Zoom. And I have retreats and I offer one-on-one coaching as well in terms of sharing tools to help navigate grief, as well as sharing tools to help reduce stress and feel more at ease within our life and finding our inner anchor as we move through the very real duality of life, the highs and the lows and everything in between. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you again for practicing with me rather. Yeah, and talk to you soon. Bye.